Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Quick look here at Avalanche, seeing what's going on. This is very interesting behavior here. It's concurrent in a lot of ways with Bitcoin, don't get me wrong. It's not like it's exploding free from it yet. But the truth is we are seeing this interesting little pattern here where we saw this power of three. Basically we go range bound here where smart money starts to accumulate. There's this last little liquidation hunt, and then we got the expansion phase. Okay, so if you're not familiar with that, jumping over to our Discord, we have examples of how that typically works. It's a very, very interesting way that the market moves, but that's the market we're in, right? Manipulation city. So now that manipulation has occurred, and again, same thing happened with Bitcoin where we took some nice profits with that one. We can see here, of course, that we're looking likely to not necessarily retest this level, it already has, but we're looking more likely to break out and continue upwards. So again, we'll talk about that here and much more. If you're new to the channel, just know I'm not a financial advisor. I do love to teach people to trade, and I hope you can learn something here today. You want to become a better trader, of course. CryptoCash.tech, I can help you get a leg up there, so to speak. A few legs up, actually, as a matter of fact. Take a look at our Premium Plus group. Nice scalps here from ETH and Matic today. We also scalped XRP and Litecoin quite a lot. Okay, so good stuff there. My swing trades, those are trades that I send because the automated trading bot is my Premium Plus group. This is the swing trades I take care of, and we're up good 23%, 22% on Solana in roughly 3 hours. We do have a VeChain profit as well as Bitcoin. So if you can see here, took it long from Bitcoin roughly 4 days ago. We're up about 36%. So I wouldn't say we're expecting this to happen. With the Bitcoin ETF, we technically pressed pause over the weekend with swing trades just because there was so much volatility. It's really not worth trading. But again, depending on the kind of trader you are, that it was either good or bad, right? So if you're an overtrader, you probably saw some losses this weekend. And if you're a little bit more patient, you might have just missed some opportunity. Kind of the way that it works, right? There's always polar opposites. So let's go ahead and take a look at the daily time frame, see what's going on. We are holding above the 50-day SMA. This is very, very good. Okay, holding above that level is extremely important. We can see the 50 on the RSI. Correction, I'm sorry. 20 on the simple moving average is working above us here. We've known that for some time, but just to clarify, being under the 20-day SMA is typically disadvantageous, kind of showing us that we are not necessarily bearish, but just we're in this transition. Okay, but again, it's one of those situations where you don't go crazy with long positions when you're under the 20. Okay. So that is kind of where we're at there in that sense. Taking a look at the stochastic RSI, we're swinging up there, very positive. Got a nice little bounce off here at 20 on the money flow index, which is great. RSI didn't come down quite as low as 30, but we are essentially trying to retest that 50 level, which is okay. Again, none of these things are like massively bullish. They're just good little shifts of momentum, kind of letting us know that there's dissipation to the downside, and that the momentum to the downside is starting to slow down. And that's a good sign. Okay, but again, does it mean we're breaking bullish and the price just shoots to the moon now? Definitely not. Please get that out of your head. It's not exactly the case. I love the thought process, but I don't love how that can change your trading techniques. Okay, so take a look here. If we kind of look at the overall situation here, we can kind of see this obvious, again, the power 3 price goes sideways, manipulation wick, and then of course expansion. Most coins were retesting the lowest point here to sweep that lower liquidity from the previous candle wick there, that manipulation wick, where when Bitcoin just raked down by $1.6 billion in like 5 minutes. We came down to retest that level and coincidentally lost it. Most of the coins are pivoting off that level. So that isn't great in the overall sense. It doesn't show a lot of strength, but what does show strength here is this level here being broken. Okay, so we can see we saw a pretty solid candlestick closure at $35. We look at that, we'll go ahead and pull that down. A little easier to see there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 attempts to break that level and it couldn't. Okay, now today, we blast through that. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to be a likely support level if the price pulls back. It may even consolidate right here at this 0.382 fib at about $36. I'm rounding up a little bit, but 36 is a support just as well as 35 is. So somewhere between 35 to 36 may be a good consideration for a long. And just some thoughts there, thinking out loud. Take a look at stochastic. We can see it swinging down here. We are losing momentum to the upside. Big surprise. Most coins have been fully bullish here today. RSI up over 50. Really love to see that. That is awesome news. Money flow index above it, extremely important. Same thing here with MACD. It's a similar mechanism there where we are converging pretty strong here. Most coins have a 4-hour MACD convergences on their charts there. So that's a good sign. Okay, so the 4-hour time frame does look pretty bullish. Let's see if the hourly confirms that as well, which it does. Again, as you can see, interesting coincidence. I think not. The Ichimoku cloud averaging itself out at the previous resistance that we just identified, letting us know that the price action, if it does pull back, we should see some support there. We also see the beginning of a bullish type of pennant pattern here. The likelihood of the breakout to the upside is higher because of that, okay? So again, this is a small time frame pattern. Less likely to break out, less likely to even be a thing. You got to recognize that. Hourly patterns, maybe not the most impactful, but still, it is a pattern nonetheless, and ultimately looking pretty good here. So overall, everything looks fantastic. I would say an entry between 35 and 36 seems appropriate. The only caveat I got to list out there, of course, and you guys got to recognize this, if you don't follow Bitcoin, what are you doing with yourself? You got to know what that thing's doing first. And what I mean by that is that, the whole market is up today. What do you think is going to happen if Bitcoin pulls back by 1 or 2,000 to the 44, 45K mark? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if that does happen, we could see a correction here. And in fact, we will see a correction here, just a matter of how hard or how much it could recover after that. So just be mindful, those things exist, okay? And if you can understand that, then you'll probably have better risk tolerance because you're not going to go with a 100x leverage trade. You might want to choose 5 to 10x to start so you can essentially build your profile consistently and not keep just taking your profits and running with it, okay? Gamblers take their profit and they continue to add to their portfolio, and they continue to increase the amount that they're betting with, right? This is not a bet, you're not betting, you're trading. This is a business. You treat it like one, you're going to get those results. So again, just be a little bit more respectful of the market is all I can say. If you're jumping in willy-nilly, you don't have a game plan in place, you're doing it wrong. You have to treat it very much like a no emotion, if you will. I know it's easier said than done. I'm an emotional person too, but that's just what I recommend. Anyways, that's the conversation for another day. Like, subscribe, follow if you haven't already. Make sure, of course, we have a Bitunix trading competition coming up here on the 15th. Registration started already, or just earlier today. You have to use my link to register, but if you do use my link to register, you'll be eligible for that in future trading competitions. On top of that, of course, awesome benefit rewards, no KYC, no VPN, this exchange rocks, okay? They are available, of course, or at least more information is available on my Bitunix in my Discord if you're curious. Got good walkthroughs, how to set multiple profit targets, just some really cool things to kind of understand how the exchange works, because they're a good exchange, and I highly recommend them. So be sure to check that out if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of the day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.